Hey everyone, sorry for the delay. Almost had technical difficulties. Camera wasn't working, but did a restart, and I think we're good. So, first of all, let me know that you can hear me okay. I always try to change up the setup and then I regret it, but hopefully it works out. Let's see who's in here. I am Love. I did a whole review and then chat said I had too many characters. Okay, they're saying it's the double compliments. Okay. Royal Tobacco is better than King Blue. Okay. All right. So it is very interesting. Wonderful. David still says Reflection 45 is the best. All right. Okay. Best Amouage if you love sweet, strong fragrances. Well, the kind of sweet you're going to get out of Amouage is not what you might be expecting if you have a lot of experience with sweeter designer fragrances. Um, I mean, I can tell you some sweet, strong fragrances that I have from Amouage, but they're way more complex than that. They all have a little bit of some kind of special sweetness. Um, Jubilation has a honeyed blackberry sweetness in there, but it's way more than that. Reflection Man is relatively sweet, but also much more than that. Even Overture Man has some sweetness to it from the cognac, but again, it's so much more. So you could start with those three, but just, I wouldn't expect a simple, sweet, strong, compliment getting fragrance if that is what you're looking for. Hope that makes sense. Cam, what's up? Good to see you. Eddie, hey, what's up, Dominique? Okay. I am too, Terry. Yeah, I am as well. The word blue carries a very strong connotation in the fragrance world. So to slap the word blue on a fragrance, you're getting attention, especially as a niche brand. It's like, where are you guys going with this? So we will see. I mean, blue is obviously a very ambiguous idea. In some ways, if we're thinking of it artistically, you can take it in so many directions. And with Amouage, the artistry is always there. So I'm sure there's some cleverness at work. Hey Joel, thanks for stopping by. Hey Chris, no scent of the day. I'm doing a live first impression, so don't want to muddle up my first impressions with another fragrance, at least right now. But earlier, I was wearing this guy. You don't see this one talked about really at all. This is Lacoste Blanc, the Roland Garros edition, which is a fragrance made in homage to the Roland Garros tennis tournament that happens every year in Paris. And I haven't been, but I had a friend, my good friend Thomas, who he went to the tournament a few years back and brought this home. And I got to say, this is an interesting scent. It's a little different from the others in the line. You can tell the DNA's in there, but it has some interesting constituents, mainly eucalyptus, finger lime, and this like clay court accord. It's supposed to represent the tennis court. But that eucalyptus is an interesting kind of green, mentholic, medicinal quality to it that is just different. And mixing with the finger lime, it's a little juicy in a way, but it still has this kind of white, clean smelling freshness. And I just wore it to work out. It was great. I enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have tried that one. Good amount of sweetness. Yeah. In fact, my boy EQ, he sent me a decan of Overture Woman. I still have to crack that open. So shame on me. I'm going to be spraying that sometime soon. It's just been so hot. I haven't really been, um, trying to smell stuff that is that thick and rich and powerful and dark. Okay. No, don't spoil the fragrance for me, guys. Don't spoil the fragrance for me. I see some comments coming in of what it smells like for King Blue. I don't want to know yet. Don't want to know yet. I'm going in blind. Um, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm not trying to say that. But typically I like to go in totally blind if I can help it. So I've read nothing. I've seen nothing about this fragrance. I just saw that it came out. So more to come. Patrick, I have the Rolling Garros because of you, and it's amazing. Clay, no, it is so accurate. You really feel playing on the court. Yeah, it's good stuff, huh, Patrick? Yeah, it's a little bit unusual, but still very wearable and mostly mainstream, but kind of special, honestly. Okay, Jason, Blue Noir EDP, good stuff. That's another good blue one. That's unique. Jared, appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for being here. Pay my tuition. I appreciate it. This I have some news to share with you guys. This is mostly unrelated to probably most of you because I doubt most of you are on Instagram, but it's been an interesting couple of days. I'm going through an interesting little predicament right now that is unfortunately not uncommon. And that is currently my Instagram account it's disabled. My Stay Fresh Productions Instagram account, which I've had as long as I've had this YouTube channel, I had grown it to like 55,000 followers. I'm uploading every day to that account. Instagram disabled me as of this morning. So I had to submit an appeal. And I really don't know why, which is, again, kind of the common thing with these situations. They claim that one of my pieces of content was promoting counterfeit products. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I have no information from them, but I did submit 2 appeals at this point, and I'm playing the waiting game. I hear in these situations, it's sometimes it's tough to have things go the way that they should, but so I'm kind of prepared to lose that account, which is a real bummer. But we'll just see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I know there's a few of you guys in here who are on Instagram and maybe have sent me messages like, "Hey man, can't find you on Instagram. What's going on?" I see Willie. Yeah, Willie, what's up? Did that happen to you as well recently? Sound off. Let me know. Yeah, this just happened to me and it came out of nowhere. And it's been happening to other people I've seen over the past month or few. Anyway, I can see most of you guys don't care. That's fine. Yeah, because you guys aren't on Instagram, so whatever. Shout out to his IG page. Thank you, Ross. Good to see you. Does DCanX have Amouage? They certainly do. They certainly do, and you can always use the code STAYFRESH15. Save 15% off of your entire purchase. And if you're in the US, I believe they have free shipping, which is awesome. So yeah, go ahead and take advantage of that. They got a great selection of Amouage on their page. Do you lose your subscription page? If you mean in regards to Instagram, yeah, I have no access to my account at the moment. I assume that if it is reinstated, then everything will be back as it was. But currently, everything is frozen and inaccessible. Okay, Michael. We'll do maybe another minute or so of questions and whatnot, and then we'll get to the main event as we typically do. For those of you who might be new, we spend the first 10 minutes just talking, chatting it up. Really different. I love both. Can't wait for cooler weather. Yeah, they're good stuff. Yeah, in fact, Grace wore Popular Fico yesterday, and it smelled great on her. It smells different on both of us, which is awesome. Whereas Grace? Grace is working. Yes. Why is Amouage perfume so expensive? That's kind of a loaded question, but the simple answer I could give you is it's what they put into their perfumes. It is the quality of the ingredients. It is the quality of the presentation. And also, they have a brand. It is a brand. It is a name that comes with a markup. That's just business these days. But Amouage is one of the few niche perfume brands that I can really get behind that truly lives up to the cost. You get what you pay for with Amouage. And that can be defined in many ways. But for me, the way I define it, which I'm not going to do right now, you get what you pay for with Amouage. It is notches beyond what you'll find at your normal department store from your typical designer brands. It's art in a bottle. It is meant to challenge you and kind of expand your mind rather than just make you smell good. Okay, I think it's time to get started here. We're at the 10-minute mark, and I don't want to keep you guys all day. So, also, it's warm. I turned off the AC to do this live stream, and I can only sit here for so long before it starts to cook in here because I'm right in front of the window, west facing. I got a beautiful view right now. But unfortunately, the sun will start to lower and it will come in front of this window and start to cook me. And this is roughly the hottest part of the day. So let's get to it. Anyway, we have a box, as you might expect. Here's the box. I've already done the preliminary incisions to save some time. So it is open, but I have not opened it. So let's open it. Just reading these comments. Okay. I bought Sedley recently, and I definitely feel the difference. Excuse me. I see what you mean. Yes, there is a difference. Okay. Here's the box. So this was a gift from Amouage. They've sent me some stuff in the past, but frankly, I was not expecting this. I had heard nothing from them, and I'm not really one to ask. But next thing I knew, I had a notification from DHL that something was coming from Oman. So yes, they sent this all the way from Oman, which is really cool. First, before I open this up, I do have the previous release in this collection. This is from the Opus collection, the library collection, as it's also called, Royal Tobacco, which was Opus 14. This came out last year, and this is a lovely scent. This is one that, honestly, I can't really spray it outside of the winter or the late fall because it is so powerful. It is almost too much. And when I do wear it, 2 sprays. And I can smell it around me and it engulfs me. If I'm outside, it's wonderful. If I'm inside, more than 2 sprays, I can't stand it. It's actually too much. So, yes, guys, I think a fragrance can be too strong, even though some of us want that 24-hour longevity that everyone can smell. I don't think it's necessary, but you can kind of get it with this one if you want it. Anyway, this is a great tobacco fragrance. I'm not going to talk about it because it's not what this stream is about. We're going to open up King Blue. So I saw Terry had said earlier, he's like, yeah, I'm curious how Amouage will do a blue fragrance. And I was like, yeah, me too. I mean, are they dipping into, trying to get that attention of the average person? Who knows? But anyway, here's the box here. Opus 15, King Blue. I saw, who said that? I saw I want to get from Amouage too. As I always say, anybody can get this. YouTube is one of the few equal opportunities out there. If you want to get bottles from brands, start a channel. Embark on the journey. Anyone can do what we do. All right, let's get this guy open here. You ready? The big reveal. I'm going to let you guys see it. Not just me. Isn't that? I'm going to drop it. Let me just take it out. Okay, here's our bottle. That's beautiful. Familiar design. Love the color. It is blue, but it's a very dark blue, like darker than navy. Has almost a slate feel to it. This cap is, kind of this, what is that word I'm thinking of? I can't think of it right now. That's fine. Anyway, let's let's just do it. As I like to do again, I like to go in blind. I'm going to spray it on, and then I'll pull up some notes or the write up and just see what they're going for. But first, let's just spray it. See how strong this is. I imagine it's pretty strong, hopefully not overwhelming. We'll do 2 good sprays, and I'm not going to smell it up close right away because I never advise that. Okay, as expected, it's filling the air. It's already very diffusive. Okay, I like what I'm getting so far. Let me try to get a little bit more of it. Oops, sorry. Okay. In the air, I don't know if I'm being influenced by the bottle, by the aesthetic here, but there is this blue, this dark blue feel, like a blue incense. It's not exactly fresh, but it's like, Amouage uses they're known for incense in their fragrances. And I feel like I get this kind of cooling, smoky quality, which can kind of be fresh, especially when you're not sticking your nose in it. Okay, let's get in there. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, up close. Wow. Up close, I'm getting a slight skank in here, like a skanky oud. It's slight though. It is kind of shrouded by this blue incense feel, but it's in there. Now, I did not get that up close. So if you got a sample of this and you put it on your hand and you smelled it up close right away, you might write it off right then and there. I don't advise it. Just know what you're getting into. Hate me so much right now. Hey man, no need to hate just yet. I haven't said I loved it yet. I'm just dissecting it, just kind of saying what I'm getting here. Okay. Yeah, there is a little bit of this sweetness, almost like this earthy resinous, woody sweetness, but it's mostly like a resin, like a balsam, which could be also involved in the incense quality. It is a little skanky. It is a little skanky. I will give you that. And there's like this bitter, which could be the oud. There's this bitter quality. It's changing already. Okay, so what I appreciate so far is that at least with 2 sprays on my hand, it's not overwhelming. Thank God. And I feel like a scent profile like this could just be just what's the word? Untenable, honestly. Like just you would not be able to handle this. It's too much and it would be unpleasant. I think the potency is perfect here. It is strong. Like again, it was diffusing right away. But I did 2 sprays and I'm not being choked out and it's kind of warm in here and I'm sitting right next to the area that I sprayed and I'm okay. It's good. So I like that. Okay. Um, Up close, as it's settling down, I'm liking it more. Now, I'll be honest, guys. Yes, I like niche fragrances. I like stuff that is different. I like stuff that makes you think, that challenges you, that keeps you coming back for more, stuff with complexity, depth, and dimension, all that. I speak about that on the channel. But I also like stuff that I feel is personally wearable. I want to feel confident and comfortable with what I'm putting on my skin, especially after I've spent some time with it. I'm not the biggest fan of skanky fragrances like barnyardy. I saw someone mention that earlier. I think it was I Am Love who had said they got a barnyard feel from the opening. So I did kind of see that in passing. Um, and I'm not a big fan of that. Like, I'm not looking for that in my fragrances. That's not what I need to feel like I'm wearing something interesting and cool and different. I can appreciate it, Not up close. When it's in the air, it adds an interesting intrigue. It adds this kind of enigmatic quality. It adds this luxurious feel, to be honest, that is, it kind of draws you in. It has an animalistic feeling to it, which can be alluring, to the right people, and especially if you don't spray too much. But it's not typically what I'm looking for. However, I would imagine that it will just continue to soften. It's already going away a bit. Yeah, it's definitely dissipating. It's such a blend. I'm having a hard time really dissecting this. It smells like nothing else I've smelled before. It does smell amouage for sure. Um, but everything is blending in such a way where, ironically enough, it comes off kind of simple. It's like this everything is just compacted together as this one thing, and you'd have to really get in there and peel it apart to see, like, oh, this is in there, that's in there, that's in there. I'm liking this so far. So far, I'm liking it. I can't say it's a love, but I'm sitting here smelling it up close on my hand. It wasn't meant to just be shoved up the nose. Let's look up some ingredients here. Let's see here. I'm not going to go to the website. In an email, I think they sent me some info. Okay. There it is. Let's download it. All right. So, yeah, I'm just opening up a Word document here. Carnell, what is that? No, you're looking way too much into it, man. No, you're reading too much into it. I appreciate it, but I'm just fine. Welcome though. Welcome to the stream. All right, so I have this document up. I wonder if it'll just make sense for me to share my screen so you can. Yeah, why not? Let's see here. Present, share screen. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and share this. Okay, cool. I think you're seeing this document, if I'm not mistaken. Awesome. Okay. So I'm not going to read this whole thing. I just want to get an idea of what they're going for here. 1967. Let's see. Rene Magritte, one of his final pieces of work, The Art of Living. Okay. Same year, Havana, Cuba hosts Salon de Mayo. Okay. It's a frenetic night. It's this interesting, meeting of local artists who traveled from abroad. I'm just summarizing all this. Okay. They're trying to bring World of High Art to a wider audience. Great. I'm sure it was a great time. 2023. Oman, Renat Salman muses on the concepts of uncertainty and unpredictability, struck by the power of surrealism to thwart our expectations. Interesting. Okay. To make us believe we're going to be presented with one thing and then offer us something entirely different. That's the dang truth. You slap blue on a fragrance and then we get this. This is different, but cohesive all at the same time. What he doesn't anticipate is that when he searches for an image of Marguerite's work, he finds a picture of it in the form of a stamp, which was released to commemorate the Salon de Mayo, that event in 1967. This connection with Cuba feels fortuitous. Okay. All right. Bring in the fragrance. Man, this is a lot of stuff. I don't actually want to read all of this right now. Let me just skip down here. The perfumers present him with an oud. Yes, one of the most traditional, most precious, and most authentically Middle Eastern styles of fragrance. But this is an oud unlike any that Amouage has released before. It is almost ferociously animalic. And when linked to the patchouli, incense, and sandalwood in the composition, it growls on the wearer's skin. Okay, that's a whole lot. I don't know if I'm getting all that. But I mean, it's potent. It's there. But that's cool. I appreciate the artistic description. At the same time, it exudes smooth, tailored sophistication, its edges contoured and refined with breathtaking finesse. It is a nude that doesn't begin like a nude at all. What becomes because what comes before it is a seemingly innocuous citrus fruit. Irreverently playing with the idea of blue scents, perfumes with decidedly conventional personalities, much like suit-wearing figure in the art of living. Opus 15 opens with a bright, vibrant mandarin. Ah, I could see that, but it's not bright or vibrant to me. Um, that's not how I would describe it. There is this openness, there is this fresh quality, but not bright, I would say. But then, whatever. I mean, that's just me, and this is my first impression. Maybe with more experiencing, I will get the brightness. We'll see. Let me just keep skimming here. Revelations, questions, or does it float on a different plane? Okay, cool. Let's get to the oud here. A note on the oud using the scent in order to capture the concepts Salman wished to convey in Opus 15. Perfumers decided to make use of an exceptional quality of oud oil produced by Ajmal. Yes. Okay, they call it oud silver. All right, and this was two perfumers, Grujon, I don't remember their first name, and then Hamarati Kashani. Yeah, the guy who made Leighton Exclusive, a bunch of stuff for Parfum Marley, and he's a busy guy as well. Okay, they work together. That's amazing. I always wonder how that works in terms of perfumer collaborations, but I'm sure it works, whatever it is that they're doing. Okay, let's look at what's in here. Opening a vibrant mandarin leads unexpectedly to a bold, animalic, and effortlessly sophisticated base of oud. They call it a fruity, ambery, woody. I'm not getting, I don't know if I can see the fruit, but it is just, at least on my skin, it is like swallowed up by this darkness, by this richer, kind of smoky, sweet resinous feel that I'm getting. Heart notes of frankincense and amber. There is our resinous incensey feel. Also, apparently, black currant and pink pepper in the top. And base notes of sandalwood, oak wood, patchouli, oud silver, and leather. I definitely get that leather. I think the leather is also contributing to this like bitterness I'm getting with this oud. Now, man, this is settling really nice. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and get back to you guys. Okay. Mustafa, I've been smelling my arm the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about. Will it do good in the cold? I would say yes. Guys, this is not a fragrance I would wear in the heat. Me personally, that's just not something I would do. This is definitely more of a fall scent, spring scent, winter, pretty much any time of the year, those seasons. Summer, maybe in the night, but the scent profile is not usually what I'm wanting when I am going out in the summertime. Now, I can say again, for those of you who have plans to try this, when you first spray it on, it's going to take those first 5 to 10 minutes for that oud to settle down. You know what? I kind of take back what I said earlier in response to what they were saying, how the oud like growls off of your skin. I can see that. In comparison to where it is now, it was growling. But it was a sophisticated growl, if that makes sense. It's not like this unwearable thing. It's a lot, but it's toned down a lot. I'm getting more patchouli. I'm getting more of this dry, woody quality. It's still a little bit sweet. Maybe that ambery quality is still making it a little sweet. The brightness, if there was any, is not here anymore. It is quite warm on my skin. I do get this kind of like blue, smoky wood feel, but smoky in an incense way. There is a warmth here. Yeah, I'll be curious to smell what this is like in the air around me, to smell the sillage. I like this. In fact, I've liked it more and more and more as it sat on my skin. When I first sprayed it on in the air, I'd give it a 7.5. Up close, 6, and 6 not because it's not a good scent, but 6 because it's not my taste. It's not what I'm looking to smell up close. But as it's settled, it's an 8. Right now, this is in total an 8 out of 10. This is again just first impressions on my hand up close. The full wearing, I imagine I'll like it even more. If you like a fragrance up close, you're probably going to love it in the air. Simple as that. That doesn't always go the other way around, though. No, that does go the other way around. If you don't like a fragrance up close, you might like it in the air. So always keep that in mind. Yeah, if you see oud in a composition, be careful to smell it up close right away. And this is definitely an oud forward fragrance. The name is interesting. Maybe I read over the part where they explain the name, and I'm not going back, and that's okay. King Blue. Um, anyway, I'm assuming it has something to do with the piece of art by Rene Magritte. So this is cool. Again, what I like about it, it's different. I don't have any oud fragrances in my collection quite like this. It does paint this very particular image in my mind, and not one of like the art or this Salon de Mayo or anything like that. I don't see a landscape or an image. I can see like the ingredients in a way. I can see this like scene where it's like I see a dark background. I see blue wispy smoke kind of like filling the frame. Um that's mostly what I'm getting right now. If I could describe it in like an image that's not like something you would see out in the world, it's like this darkness with this blue wispy smoke. There's some light coming in to, illuminate the smoke. So it's not totally just saturated to the point where no light is getting in. There's a little bit of openness here, but you have to like oud. The oud is still here. It's just toned down. But if you're not a fan of like real oud, like the stuff that can be a little bit edgy, this may not be the one for you. I would be cautious about this. This is for those who are really looking for something different and special. Okay. Honestly, if I talk any more about this fragrance, I'll just be contriving things because that's all I can really say right now. I mean, I'm not going to sit here for another hour and let it dry down and keep talking about the development. I'll come back to all that later. But for now, I just want to answer your questions and interact with you guys for a few minutes before we call it a day. Yeah, so if you have anything burning, either about the fragrance that I haven't spoken about that I can answer to right now, or just anything in general, feel free to leave it down in the comments. Okay. Oh, that was an accident. Yeah, but yeah, I totally agree. I didn't mean to click on that comment, but I agree. I love to see how it does on a brisk winter night. It's elegant. It has an elegance to it. I would wear this dressed up for sure. OJ Simpson fragrance next month. Wow. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. Have a great night as well. That's right, Ernesto. You must love oud. Just got Bordeaux Collection Grand Cru Azur Riviera. It's a better version of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Okay. Yeah, I haven't tried anything from that brand, so I'm curious. I used to have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. What's your favorite Amouage for summer, even if it's not entirely meant for summer? Like reflection. First of all, can we all just take a look at this avatar here? What an image. That little dog looks like E.T. That's cute. Wow. It's hilarious. Favorite Amouage for summer? Honestly, Beach Hut. Well, one that's not meant for summer. I don't really wear fragrances like that, I guess. I mean, if it's meant for summer, I'll wear it for summer. If it's not, I'll typically just not wear it yet because I may not even be in the mood for it. So I don't know if I could answer that. I mean, anything, any of them that are not meant for summer, you could wear. Maybe Enclave is one, but I do tend to save that for summer nights. An oud woody fragrance. Mm, I mean, yes, but it's not really that simple. There is a lot of oud, but what's surrounding it is what gives it an identity. It's not just straight up oud. There's more going on to it, and it all comes together to smell like something a little different. I seem disappointed. No, no, guys, where is this coming from? You guys are like, you look sad, you look disappointed. No, I'm not disappointed. I like it. I gave it an 8 out of 10. I like it. Don't worry, guys. It's all good. Climatic. Yeah, it's a different place, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ugh. That- Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. Do I like Raja? Yeah, I talk about Raja all the time. All the time. At least I have a lot over the years. I am a big fan of many of Raja's fragrances. All right, yeah, I definitely recommend trying it. Yeah, guys, don't feel like you need to go blind buy King Blue. It's not cheap. There's a link in the description which will take you to Amouage's website. I think they have samples. I'm not sure. I think they do have actually a discovery set for the library collection, and I'm sure this is included. So if you're interested, check out the whole collection. There's other stuff that's really interesting, but I agree with Mr. Ernesto. This is not for entry level enthusiasts. It's not. How do I compare with Interlude Man? Honestly, I find it a little bit more palatable, believe it or not, than Interlude Man overall. Now, not by a huge margin. For me, Interlude Man, when I first spray it, is just a lot. It's actually way stronger to me than King Blue. And I think that is what contributes to it being a little bit less palatable. But scent wise, I don't know. It's all relative. This is very, very oud heavy. And I think I prefer that Interlude is not very, very oud heavy at first sniff. But anyway, there's each one has its own little vibe and they outweigh each other in different ways. Uh is the blue reminiscent of the ocean? No, not at all. There is nothing about this that is like your typical blue connotation. Nothing oceanic, nothing aquatic, nothing watery, nothing fresh air, nothing like that. Again, the best way I could describe it right now is this blue smoke with a bit of skank, at least at first. And I know that's a little bit abstract. So that's the best I can do right now. Hey, what's up? Looking to place a DKNX order. What Amouage would you suggest starting with? An uncommon scent, that depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking, assuming that you're going to wear this fragrance that you're sampling, where do you want to wear it? How do you want to wear it? What types of occasions are you looking to fill? What kind of function are you looking to fill? You want something, very special, something more for the evening. You want something that you could wear almost any time. I need a little bit more context. I really wanted to try Bracken. I think Bracken is discontinued. Yeah, Bracken is really nice. I got lucky getting it because I didn't like it when I first tried it, and I knew I would come back around to it, and I think I came back around to it right before it was discontinued. Okay. Yeah, keep the questions coming, guys. I appreciate the interaction here. I look really Yeah, you guys just know me so well. Read my face like a book. Granted, I do have a very expressive face. I've gotten that a lot. My emotions are worn here, but trust me, I'm good. Sunny days, all right. I can do it on sunny days. I just don't want to wear it in the heat. But that's just me. Okay. I have tried Keragos, but it's been years since I've smelled it. It's been years. I need to revisit that. I think we all remember your reaction to Overture. This definitely isn't that. No, it's not because it's a different fragrance. I mean, yeah, I can easily say right now, having worn Overture several times, having gotten to know it over the years, I like it more than this. I can easily say that, no problem. Now I have yet to wear King Blue. I'll try to do so at some point. And we'll see. But I don't anticipate myself liking this more than Overture Man. But that's just my taste. Overture Man is more to my taste than King Blue is at the moment. But we'll see. Are you looking forward to autumn/fall coming up? Always. Raise your hand in here if you're not looking forward to that. And after you raise your hand, you can leave. I'm kidding. You don't have to leave. If you guys don't already know, fall is my favorite time of the year. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to that. I really wanted to like Royal Tobacco. It is pretty complicated. There's a lot going on in there. It's a beautiful scent, but there's a lot, especially up close. I would not advise doing this with it. This is smelling very nice. I would not advise doing that up close. Let's see. Looking for Tabac Rose combo apart from Tabac Rose. Interesting. To be honest, I don't know if I have another fragrance that explicitly features tobacco and rose. I don't know if I can think of one right now. I mean, I got plenty of oud rose, but not tobacco. Let's see here. You're going to love the dry down. Just wait. Yeah, I'm already liking the dry down more than the opening. The opening was not my favorite. As I said, I rated it lower. But dry down is already better. Have I tried Ormonjane Ivernia? No, I have not. But I do have a discovery set that I just got from them that I think might have that in there. So I might see. Something special. I would get a few decants in that case. I would check out Overture Man, maybe even Woman if they have it, but I haven't smelled that yet. I have a decant I haven't smelled yet, so I don't want to be hypocritical and say try this when I haven't smelled it. So, but I know it's supposed to be great. I would also check out what's it called? Boundless. Boundless is great for special occasions. And Jubilation is also really good for that. Okay. Is this the same Emmanuel who asked? I thought it was Emmanuel who asked this before. Am I tripping? Or is that a different Emmanuel? I must be tripping right now. Anyway, as I just said, yes, I'm looking forward to the fall. Mr. Veteran Vlogs, thank you so much. Sweetie Oud, that's some good stuff. That is some strong stuff. I have choked myself out with that in the past. When you live in Wisconsin, you have a different appreciation for warmer weather. I get it. I lived in Chicago for almost a decade. So I totally know what you mean, Paul. And I will never go back. I visited Wisconsin many times actually as well. But honestly, no shade, but I just will never live in the Midwest ever again. I'm good. I'm good. That winter is just not for me at all. Okay, let's see here. How is any Fraghead not a huge fan of the fall? I know there's people who much prefer the sun and whatnot, but I think, we can appreciate all the seasons for sure. I love wearing summer fragrances. Don't get me wrong, guys. I just don't love the heat. And I'm very warm right now. And the reason is because I run warm. I'm always warm. My body temp is just higher than normal. Okay. Do I have a particular fragrance I'm planning on wearing out tonight? I don't have a plan yet, but I will wear something special. Grace and I are going out to dinner tonight. So I will wear something special, but I don't know what it is yet. It is pretty warm, so I'll keep that in mind. Cheers from Wisconsin. Hey, Steven, good to see you. Man, when you live in Vegas, you look at the heat as torture. I get it. I grew up in Central California, in Fresno, where it is a desert. Not quite as hot as Vegas, but triple digits every day. So I understand that too. Portland, where I live now, is a happy medium in between the frigid tundra of the Midwest and the unpredictable thunderstorm, volatile summers that they have there, and the freaking scorching desert that was Central California. This is a nice one right in the middle here. I mistakenly sprayed sweet oud. Think it was Isola Blue. Oh God. Rest in peace in the chat to Keels. Well, I'm glad you didn't die. You said you almost died. That's rough. That stuff is so strong. That is not one you want to mistakenly put on. Oh, I totally missed this. I apologize. Odan. Oh, he's probably already gone, but thank you so much for the kind words and for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot. Gosh, yeah, you guys are getting some not so great heat up in Northern California, which kind of unusual from what I remember from years and years ago when I used to spend a lot more time there. Okay, we'll do a few more minutes, guys, and then I'm gonna head out. Maybe 4 more minutes, and then I will let you go. Any more questions? Go ahead and bring them on. Last minute questions or ideas. Let's talk. Let's see here. I'm just excited that it's supposed to be mid to high 90s. Oh man, see, Paul, I can't do that. That is not a joyful time for me. I love me some good 68 to 75. I think like between 75, 78 is the warm that I love. That's when there's a nice breeze. I will happily go for a walk in that weather. I will still wear my summer fragrances. I will feel warm, but I'm not going to be outside sweating for no reason. I think that's what it is for me. I just don't like sweating for no reason. I want to be working if I'm going to sweat. I don't want to just be walking or standing around and then sweat. But again, that's just me. Jube 25 or Overture Black Tie Event Overture for me. Overture is the one I would go for. Jube is great, but I just prefer Overture. That's just me. 60 to 80. Yeah, I mean, that's not too different of a range from mine, maybe a little bit wider, but I'm right there with you. I don't need 90 plus. I can live without 90 plus. I'll be good. But I understand the appreciation of it. Grace is the complete opposite of me. Grace loves the heat and the warmth and the sunshine, loves it. She loves being warm because she's actually always cold. So again, we're total opposite. She is always cold. Her extremities are always cold. So it takes a lot for her to warm up. So I bring my own warmth. I think I have the sun inside of my chest. I have a star in there somewhere just warming everything for no reason. If I'm sweating, then it's too hot. Yeah, I get it. Honestly, what has given me a newfound appreciation for the summertime is fragrances. I used to hate summer so much because I grew up in Central California, which was, again, triple digits every day. You wouldn't want to go outside before 7 p.m. if you could avoid it, to be honest. But having summer fragrances to wear, having something refreshing, uplifting, it makes it so much more fun and enjoyable just for me. I wear what I want for me. And I know I can wear stuff that'll last a few hours, and then I can put on something. I can take a shower, spray on something else later. That's what I love about the summer these days. It's not really the summer itself. I do appreciate the brightness. I appreciate the uplift and mood for most people. But more than anything, I love the fragrances. Reflection Man versus Aventus. Ooh, Aventus. Reflection Man is not a summer fragrance for me. It gets way too powdery in the heat for me. That's not something I would wear on a hot day out. Aventus is definitely more hot day out, at least by comparison. Okay. Let's see here. Jeremy, good to see you. Humidity. See, I'm not about that humidity. I've been to Florida in the summertime a few years ago. Never again. Never again. Eau Givray, yeah. So that's a perfect one for these super hot days. Perfect. Okay, guys. Well, I think let's see. Don't have a TikTok. I do have a TikTok. Yeah, it's pretty small right now because it's new. I just started it a few months ago, but it's growing. I don't really understand it. I don't spend a lot of time there, and I don't even really love it that much. But I do upload, and I do appreciate the feedback I get from people, and I like watching it grow. Okay, that's going to be it, guys. We'll call it a day with that. Thank you for checking out my first impressions of King Blue. If you missed it, if you came late, when this is over, scroll back and watch the replay. You'll see my first impressions. Let's do one final sniff. Interesting. Obviously it's not in the deep dry down, but it is in a further dry down right now. But I think earlier we were in kind of a mid dry down, which I actually liked a little bit more than what I'm getting, at least up close on my skin right now. So I would kind of back up my previous scoring. Again, just my first impressions, initial scoring, which is not real. I would give it a 7.8. It's quality, it's unique. It is a bit transportive. It does, again, paint this image in my mind. But I'm not absolutely loving what I'm smelling. I'm not like wowed by it. But we have to give it that full wearing. I need to experience it around me. So if you want to get my first impressions of the smell itself and the constituents and what I was getting, scroll back and check that out. Definitely get yourself a sample if you're interested. You don't even have to look at the full price of a bottle. It should not even be a consideration when we're talking about niche fragrances. Just don't even look at it. It doesn't serve us at all to make a judgment of the full bottle when we have no business buying it without smelling a sample first. So just keep that in mind. In fact, I see Kyler just wrote this. That's what I'm talking about, Kyler. We don't even need to worry about $500. Don't worry about the price because you're not going to buy the bottle anyway, right? Right. I love it. Amazing. Get that sample first, guys, if you're interested. If you're not, then skip it. Let it go. On to the next one. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me here on this wonderful Friday. Hope you have a beautiful evening. If you have plans for the weekend, I hope they're fun and hope you stay safe. If you missed today's video, which was a lot of fun, check that out. It actually got way more of a reception than I was anticipating. So I really appreciate those of you who checked that out. If you haven't, it's there. And Sunday's video will be fun. That'll be a fun one. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next one. Take care.